It was 6:17 p.m. on a rainy Thursday at Baybrook Mart, a mid-sized grocery store in a blue-collar pocket of Milwaukee. The after-work rush had started, muddy boots, tired eyes, and grocery baskets filled with just the essentials. Under harsh fluorescent lighting, checkout lines crawled along. Most customers were in and out without much fuss, but Lane, a cashier in her early 20s on Register 4, had seen enough in her 2 years on the job to know when something felt different. A young woman stepped into Lane's line, wearing an oversized hoodie, jeans that looked secondhand, and scuffed sneakers. Her hair was tucked under a baseball cap, and she carried a mesh basket filled with instant noodles, canned vegetables, baby wipes, and a single chocolate bar. When it was her turn, the woman gave Lane a small nod and began unloading her items. Her expression was unreadable, somewhere between cautious and apologetic. Lane started scanning without comment. $13.42, Lane said, monotone. The woman reached into her coat and pulled out a Ziploc bag full of coins, quarters, dimes, nickels, and a few pennies. She placed it gently on the counter. Lane's eyes flicked to the bag and she frowned. Seriously? She muttered under her breath, not quite loud enough to be a direct insult, but not soft enough to be missed. The woman heard it. Her lips tightened. She didn't respond. Instead, she calmly began counting out the coins herself, methodically, deliberately. The line behind her grew longer. Lane sighed. Ma'am, you could have just gone to a Coinstar or a bank. Still silent, the woman continued counting. Her hands were steady. A few customers behind her began to murmur. Then from the bag she pulled out a tiny lapel microphone and clipped it onto her collar. Lane blinked. What's that? The woman finally spoke. I'm filming a documentary on how low-income people get treated when they use cash, especially coins. Lane froze. The woman looked up and held Lane's gaze, calm and firm. You'd be surprised how many Americans live off tips, cash, and what they can find in the couch cushions. Or maybe you wouldn't. But I've been going to stores like this for 3 weeks now, filming reactions, seeing if kindness holds up when things get slow or inconvenient. Lane's cheeks flushed red. The man behind the woman shuffled his feet uncomfortably. No one said a word. I'm not here to shame you, the woman added. I just want to show what people go through when they pay the only way they can. Lane didn't speak, but her body language shifted, less defensive, more embarrassed. She reached out to help count the rest of the coins, avoiding eye contact. Sorry, Lane mumbled after a pause. I didn't know. The woman gave a small smile. That's the point, right? We never really know. She paid the full amount in coins, no short change, no fuss, and placed her items into a reusable tote. As she turned to leave, she gave the camera in her hoodie pocket a small nod. The next week, the woman, real name Marin Jasper, a 31-year-old independent filmmaker and sociology grad, posted the footage online as part of her mini-doc series titled Small Transactions, Big Reactions. The video from Baybrook Mart went viral. It opened with a quote, "How we treat someone paying with coins says more about us than about them." The comments poured in, I've been there. The cashier's face, I'll never forget it. Paying in coins isn't a choice for everyone. This doc hits hard. We judge so easily. Local media picked up the story. Baybrook Mart's manager issued a statement acknowledging the incident and pledging new sensitivity training for staff. Lane, to her credit, took accountability and even agreed to a follow-up interview with Marin, where she reflected on the moment. I didn't mean to be rude, Lane said. I was just tired, but that's no excuse. Watching the playback, I saw how I looked, and it wasn't good. I want to be better than that. Marin's series, originally intended as a short 3-part project, expanded into a 10-episode web series picked up by a public access channel and later featured on a national digital news outlet. Lane, meanwhile, continued her work at Baybrook Mart, but with a renewed sense of awareness. I still get people who pay in coins, she later said, but now I don't see inconvenience. I see effort. I see someone trying. And in a world of tap-to-pay and digital wallets, that effort, Marin reminded us, is still worthy of patience, dignity, and respect.